Okay, I think we are live here. Hi, Amber. Hello, my friends from the internet world, the internet land of YouTube.
Hello,
This is
YouTube.
Laci, your Las Vegas gal. I'm here with my sweet friend Amber Coleman from Guild Mortgage.
It's always good to be here with
Thank you, girl. I always appreciate it when you're here. It is a strange day today. It's a Wednesday, right? It's Wednesday or Thursday?
It's Wednesday. I know it is a strange
day. It feels like a
honestly
Sunday
been a
to
strange
me.
week. I got in the elevator this morning and they were like, "Happy weekend." I'm like, "What? It's Wednesday."
What day is it? Yeah, that's wishful thinking for sure. So we wanted to go live as we always do. We love to go live and answer any and all of your questions about living in Vegas, about buying a house in Vegas, about being a local, whatever that could be. Even if you're just coming to visit to be a local for a couple of days, we want to be able to be here to answer your questions and kind of be a resource for you while you're looking at Vegas, our sweet and beautiful neon hometown.
Yes, we love our neon hometown.
We are constantly getting phone calls, text messages, emails, as well as DMs online asking us questions all the time. So we figure if we can come here and be present for you live, we can answer those questions here, and hopefully you'll be able to interact with us a little bit more. I don't know, I just love when we get a chance to, meet people, connect with people, even if it's just online. What are your thoughts about that?
I love it too, especially I mean honestly the one that we did last week where we got to meet. It was
in
so
person.
nice. Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, so for those of you who were able to join us for our live and in person, we did a first-time home buyer kind of educational experience. We're going to be doing another one of those amazing events that'll give you an opportunity to meet us in person. We are taking reservations. We have not communicated out where the location is going to be yet, but please, if you're considering coming into Las Vegas, July 16th at 11 a.m., we're really excited. We're going to be setting up a relocation event, something that's going to help you guys understand what the ins and outs of relocating to Las Vegas look like, what the home loan programs are that we have available for you, so much more about living in Vegas. So
we're going to love it.
We're going to love it. We had a really, really good time. Huge thanks to our friends at Horse Trailer Hideout downtown. That was amazing. They set up a quaint little setup. We had barbecue from a local business. We had free drinks. It was fabulous. So I think we have at least a few people from that event that are definitely ready to buy a house.
Me too.
I'm stoked.
It was a good thing.
Yeah.
It was a good thing.
So since that event, we've had quite a few people asking, when's the next event? Just again, to reiterate it, we've pinned it in the comments below. So be sure to just click that RSVP button and let your name and information go into the form. We will be communicating within the next few days on where to meet us and all the good stuff that goes with it. And again, it's Saturday, July 16th at 11 a.m. So if you might be thinking about paying a visit to Las Vegas this summer, maybe you can plan it around that weekend.
It's a good time to come.
It'll be a perfect time. It's after the holiday. It's before, school gets back in session. So it's actually a really, really great time to be in Vegas. So I'm stoked. I'm really excited. While we're live today, please feel free. Drop your questions in the comments box. We'd love to visit those questions before we're done. Before we go to your questions, we have a few questions that came through to us through DM
I love
and
it when we get DM texts.
It's the best.
Question. So it's a beautiful thing.
Your phone has been blowing up just like my phone is blowing up for like 1 or 2 days now about this new tax abatement thing.
Oh my gosh. I hate when they do stuff like that.
Yeah, the city did this last year. They've done it the last couple of years. This is not new. But one of the things that you and I talk about all the time about one of the best reasons for buying a house and living in Vegas is low property tax, right? We on average are like 0.9% or 1% on average. Most of the time much lower.
Way lower than that, yeah.
However, the county communicated some information through mail to a lot of homeowners. They send it on this little tiny card that looks like
seems like it's like a yearly thing right now, just so you're paying attention every year.
This is our fiscal year is coming to an end or a beginning. Did we just start or are we just ending? It's June. Is it July we start? Anyway, our fiscal year is about now, right? So what happens is they send out this postcard. If it's your primary residence that you're living in, you need to fill this postcard out and send it back in order to secure the low property tax rate that we're always, touting to you. If you don't return this form, you could be liable for up to 8% taxes at this point.
But everybody's getting afraid of that 8% because it's not 8% of what
you bought it for.
What you bought it for.
Right.
They calculate it differently. So
yeah, it's 8%.
But your taxes will definitely move up if it's not your primary.
And who wants to spend $1 more than you have to is really my point. So if you live in Las Vegas already and you own a home, please by all means go to the website. I'm actually gonna paste it right now because I'm gonna forget to do it. I'm gonna paste the website here in the comments. Please go to the website, search your property address, and if you are seeing what your percentage is on there and it's a primary residence, make sure that you fill out the form so that you can actually secure the lower price. The tax rate, pardon me. The thing you need to know is it's due by tomorrow. And the only bad thing is that the website seems to be down because most of the people who live here are trying to go do this exactly thing right now, right?
And I've had clients call and say, I'm trying to call and their phones are busy. So thank goodness for all the news channels and everybody else.
All the influencers on the news.
Put it out there, right? So what you do when you go into the website is you put in your address, and then it'll pull up your tax rate on the top left corner. If it shows 3%, that means they're showing it as a primary residence. If it shows like 7.7 or 8%, you're showing as something else. So that's when you want to send in the form.
Yeah, absolutely. So make sure that you check that out if you're already a homeowner. And if you're thinking about buying a home, this is a good thing for you to be aware of. So moving forward, June, July, just keep an eye on your mail for that little card that comes in. And they try to get you, or just set a reminder on your phone to go to that website once a year. So really excited that we can help you understand what's coming when you want to buy a house. Had a great time at our event last week. I'm still getting so much good feedback.
Yes.
And I really, really hope that you guys will consider joining us this coming July 16th at 11 a.m. We're going to have it at a really cool location to be determined, to be disclosed, I should say. And I don't know, it's just going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have some fun with giveaways, some nibbles, some good information. We get to hug, get to take pictures, do our thing. But more so than ever, the most important part of it is that we get to educate people about what it's like to relocate.
Yeah. And you know what I get so much excitement over is to see where Miss Las Vegas gal picks the next place to be, because it's always some really cool place that you've never been before.
Yeah, I try to make sure that we get to give you an opportunity and a taste to see outside of the typical strip locations and things like that. Sometimes it'll be downtown, sometimes it'll be in a neighborhood, sometimes it might be at a model home. You don't know what I'm going to pull out of my sleeve, my friend. So you might want to come and join us at this event. We're really, really excited about it. Yeah. Okay, onward and upward. Please drop any questions that you have for us about Las Vegas, about living in Vegas, about us, about the city, about real estate, loans, whatever you want to ask us in that comment box. We're going to come to your questions shortly. But I did want to ask some of the questions, not questions, but bring up something that we had talked about long time ago, kind of forgot about. And then we had a client reach out recently asking about this program. And then I was surprised to find out that you've been working this program a lot lately.
Yeah.
So there's an amazing program. I'm going to let Amber talk about it because she's so much better at this than I am. This is her job, actually, and when it comes to loans. But it's called the Family Opportunity Loan. Am I right? Family Opportunity Loan? What is this loan program?
Well, and to be honest with you, most people don't know about it. So that's why when you hear about it, you're like, what?
I think I just forgot about it, honestly.
Well, and some people will kind of forget about it as it comes up. So when you're, like, let's say you live somewhere, you can actually live here too. So let's say you have a house here, you want to buy another house. Your parents don't have anywhere to live, right? So typically if you buy them another house and you're living in the same city, that'd be considered an investment property.
Right.
Or if you're living in a different city and you're buying them a house in Vegas, that's considered a second home.
Right.
But it's
which can change your rates with the loans, and it does a lot of things.
Higher interest rate, you know, more money down usually and that kind of stuff. Well, yeah, definitely more money down. So, but here's the thing is if your parents are going to live in the house, you don't have to put them on the loan. You're going to do the loan yourself as primary residence, acknowledging that your parents are going to live in this house, and you don't have to pay, like, it's owner occupied. It's owner occupied.
So it's typically lower rate for the actual loan itself and lower down payment required.
Yeah. So the down payment required on owner occupied and better tax rate. Oh, I didn't think about that.
And better tax rate.
There.
Yeah.
So yeah, like your down payment requirement for a family opportunity loan is 5%. If you were to buy it as a second home, so say you're out of state and you're buying this house as your second home, then that would be 10% minimum, plus the rates are a lot higher.
Wow.
And then if you were to buy it as an investment property, like if you're living in Las Vegas already and your parents are you're wanting to move your parents here, but don't want them under the same roof as you. So you were going to, I said that nicely, right?
Yep.
So you're going to move your parents here, but want them to make sure that they live somewhere separate, but you have to be able to do it because they maybe can't afford the house.
Right.
Then you're still doing it as a primary residence, even though you already have another primary residence house.
And I can't believe it's double the down payment if you don't go this route.
Well, if you were already living in Las Vegas and you're moving your parents here, that would be considered an investment property on any other program because it would fit into second home.
And not a lot of lenders do this program because they just don't know about it. They don't dig deep like you seem to do. This lady is the wizard of loans for a reason, my friend.
I don't think people dig deep on this stuff because it's there, it's available to do, but for some reason, when people are calling me, they've already been denied by another lender or already talking to somebody else that have never been told about it. And then you save the day,
of course.
So I'm telling other lenders how to do it right now.
Good. At the end of the day, though, you're the one that's been you're basically well aware of what needs to be done. You're very tied into it. You don't want to start with someone who's brand new and who doesn't know the loops and ins and outs. So definitely if you're thinking about moving to Vegas and you want to buy a home, but you already own a home somewhere else, you don't want to sell it or whatever that looks like. There could be 100 ways that slice and dicing this experience. Please consider talking to Amber about this. It's called the Family Opportunity loan, right?
Yep.
Family opportunity loan. And the reason we're bringing this up, and I'll just talking about real estate in general, is, it's the on the front of everyone's mouth, right? Everyone's talking about the rates and what's going to happen. Is there going to be a crash and all these things about Las Vegas? We've been the ones for 2 years straight saying there's not going to be a crash. Vegas is going to be hotter than ever. And every time we predicted it, it has come true. And so now as we're watching this shifts happening, right? I mean, I'm just going to snap that twice in the air for that one. So as we're watching the evolution of our city right now, and we're seeing the rest of the world deal with the recession and things like that, you just have to know and understand this city deals with it very differently, especially right now when it comes to this kind of heyday of our crazy real estate timeline that we're dealing with. The good news for you, if you're considering buying, the types of people that we're really encouraging to look at right now being the time to buy are first-time home buyers, or people who want to maybe take advantage of that family program that you were just talking about, family opportunity program. People who aren't really just buying a house to like relocation, or people who aren't just really looking to buy a house just to buy a house, but people who need to buy a house, right? Those are the people we want to really think about buying right now. Are the rates free like they basically were a year ago? No.
I know, dang it, free doesn't last forever. Why is that?
Shucks, right?
I wish we had free forever.
But are the rates reasonable and still quite low historically, and still in a great place for you to secure possibly your first home or a unique home like this for your family? Abso-freaking-lutely. So that's why we're so happy about the timing of our amazing relocation event that we're doing. We're very excited about the fact that we're able to now meet with you guys in person next month. Like I said, July 16th, 11 a.m. Please click the link down below, either in the description or you can click it in the comments. We've pinned it to the top. We really want you guys to come in and say hi to us. If you happen to be in Vegas that weekend, we would love to see you in person. But this is a chance for us to really let you know, like, relocation is possible again. It may not have been possible or really fun or a pleasant experience in the last 9 months, but
it is now.
It's coming back. Yeah. And so this is exciting for us because this is what we do. This is what we love to do. We love helping people relocate to our city. So I don't know. What do you think?
I love it. I'm excited to meet you guys. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see where we're going. I know.
So the surprises, it's always a new adventure.
Every time I meet Laci out, I'm like, ooh, where are we going tonight?
So we haven't sent out confirmations yet. So click that link. We will be sending RSV confirmations within the next couple days.
Surprise.
It's always a surprise. The other thing that I want to talk about just relates to real estate, because again, most people look to us for that information, is, our inventory went from like 4,800 homes a week ago, and we're now, I'm going to sneeze. Me and these allergies, I love them. And now we're over 7,500 homes on the market, 7,400 right now.
Yay, we're getting back to normal.
Excuse me. I knew that was going to happen. I know everybody else does that. And I sneeze and I'm like, oh God, I sound like a mouse. But anyway, super excited to see that there's a lot more homes hitting the market. They're not hitting the market for lower prices. They're not hitting the market at discounted rates because they don't need to. The values are still very much steady. But what we're seeing is there's not as many buyers on the market because that money isn't as free as it once was. So again, if you need a home, if you want a home, if you want to park your money from all the stuff that it's going up and down with, whether it be crypto or the other stocks and things like that on the market, and put it somewhere tangible, then definitely this is the time to look at it.
I think you're right. I think it's the perfect time. But honestly, when I think about it too, I'm like, have we hit the levels before COVID happened? Because COVID is like 2 years of crazy, right? Like you can't even compare anything to those.
No, that's like,
it's like probably higher before that, right?
It's like a blank spot in our history. I think it was definitely higher. So we're not quite back to normal, but we are definitely fast tracking it. So that I think it'll be much easier for buyers to negotiate a little bit, possibly get a deal, if you will, on a home, like really feel like they have a little bit more control of the process. It's a little bit more of an even experience, which I think is the most important part of all of this. It's not saving you the most money. It's not getting them the most money. It's having a fair and equitable experience so that the house buying process doesn't scare you in the future and that you continue to be an investor. That's to me my favorite part about this. Loving that we're evening back out. Really, really excited about that.
It is exciting. I mean, there's so much fear out there, but I'm like, actually, this is exciting.
I'm stoked.
The whole craziness of COVID was just out of control. So
absolutely.
To get back to normal where you don't have to pay crazy amounts over appraised value.
Yes.
Let's do it.
So if you have questions for us at all, they don't have to be real estate related. They can be anything related. Please drop it in the comments box below. I'm going to go over here and see what we've got here for questions so far. Denise from Kite Hill and Laguna Niguel. Hello, Denise, as always. Thank you for joining us. Steve says, out of state home, new owner of a home in Southern Highlands, rented out for this year. How will my property tax differ from living in the unit? So if it's now, he's using it as an investment property now.
So when you move back into it, so I mean, if you've already put, you want to pull it up on county record and see if the county,
what you're registered as.
If the county has it listed because maybe they missed you or something like that. So if they have it listed as investment property, then you should be able to get it reduced. It kind of depends on the value of your house and the assessed value as to how much you're going to save, because that all differs. But you should be able to save quite a bit turning it back into a primary. You're just going to have to send them over proof that it's primary now.
Yeah, we're really, really excited about that for you. Congrats on moving to Southern Highlands or owning in Southern Highlands.
Good job buying it early too.
And definitely look it up. I mean, regardless whether you live in it or not, look it up and check it out and see what the website says. And I'm a big fan of filling out the form and seeing, what comes back to you. So definitely a good question on that one. If I win the, Isao says, if I win the lottery, be a billionaire one day in the future.
Hey, remember who your friends are.
Samuel Jackson's online. Hey, Samuel Jackson.
Hello,
how you doing, Sam? We see you. We love you. Sorry that you're going to miss our event, but I'm happy that you're coming in town to look at houses with our group, our friend Steve. Let's see. We've got lots and lots of stuff here. FMXter says, make a video of you girls at the lake. Love to see you girls on a boat and swimming in the water. Okay, I mean, you don't have to ask me twice. Vegas AF,
I think you just
posted
a video at the lake, didn't you?
I did, actually. I worked with my friends at Outdoorster LV. If you'd like to save 15% on booking a kayak tour out at Willow Beach, had a blast. Go to my Instagram, or you can just go to outdoorsterlv.com. And I think that's our website. And just type in Las Vegas Gal 15 and you can save 15%. I had a really good time doing that.
Yeah,
do you want to go out and do that with me?
I would love to.
All right, we're going to go back out and do that.
I can't remember how far away is Willow Beach, though. How long
50 minutes, 50 minutes from the strip.
From the strip?
Yep.
Okay,
yeah.
That's not bad.
Pretty awesome.
It's been a long time since I've been to Willow Beach.
We're going to do it. Dunzo. Let's see. Oh, someone's bringing us flowers when they come in town. That's awesome. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Lorraine MacArthur says, nervous about buying a real estate in Vegas. Right now I live in Montana, and I think in my lifetime, I'm 17 years old. You guys will run out of water, making my money worthless. Thoughts?
With running out of water?
I'm being quiet. Yeah, I'm just being quiet because we talk about this so much.
To be honest with you, I can't see it happening.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
What you may not know, thank you, Lorraine, for saying that. I love that you're 17 and
you're
being
looking honest.
First of all, I love that you're 17 and looking at where to put your money and trying to really think about investing.
And you're paying attention to things too, though. Good job.
I could kiss your face right now. Yeah. How amazing. Yeah. We are not going to run out of water. I will say that. I know that the city for many years now, I think more than 30 years, has been actually siphoning water and storing it underground and doing a bunch of cleaning or doing whatever they do to it. I don't know what they do. I'm not a water expert. They've been prepping for droughts and for water shortages and things like that. I know it looks like it's dire, but Jacob's Life in Vegas has done quite a few videos about interviewing the people at the water district. You can go online and do a lot more research. Try not to just focus on the doom and gloom, because we have first right of refusal, I think, to the Colorado River water. I think we as a state have secured ourselves in a really big way to be okay when it comes to the water crisis. But that's definitely something that comes up quite a bit, especially when one headline, one news person takes a story and runs with it. Now everybody thinks it's doom and gloom. So Lorraine, I'm going to urge you, if you're thinking about buying a house and you're 17 years old, keep going with whatever you're doing, but don't take Las Vegas off your list just yet. What do you think? Yeah.
And great job paying attention. Yeah, don't take Las Vegas off your list.
I love that. Cincinnati Kids asking, what do you think about the market for $2 million? What can you buy for $2 million? There's some really beautiful homes here in Las Vegas.
Beautiful houses. There didn't used to be a $2 million market, but lately I've seen some.
We now have like a $5 million market too.
I know,
it's kind of crazy.
It's awesome.
Yeah. It sounds so silly to say that, but we in Las Vegas are the most expensive homes on average were really around $1 million, right? Like $1 million,
and that
1.2.
was like a badass.
That was an amazing house.
Yeah.
So $2 million market's actually great. You can also do a custom home out here for about that amount of money. And we work a lot with the custom home builders who can help you get exactly what you might be looking for. So let us know if you're interested. We do have our contact information in the description, and we would love to hear from you. We'd love to just take a phone call. We can talk about what your options are. But that's a really great question. The $2 million housing market out here is pretty dope. I'm not going to lie, pretty dope. Tony says, hi, ladies. Everybody in Clark County, make sure you check your tax gap by tomorrow. Thank you, Tony, for that reminder. I'm glad that we spoke about that a little while ago. Ray says, what happens when the lake mead dries up in 2 to 5 years? Well, Ray, as we said,
we get asked that question all the time, don't we?
We don't believe it'll dry up, but I don't know. I don't know the answer to your question. I'm not a water expert. I've definitely.
Has there really been a lot out there where people are talking about lake mead drying up? Yes. I'm not paying attention that close.
Yeah,
right?
I think it's really just, this happens every year.
You probably have to go out to
down,
lake mead and see how big lake mead is too.
And then there's, there are influencers out here who don't necessarily do the research and they just go out there. They just want to clickbait. Yeah, clickbait. Okay. So just be careful with the information that you're reading and understanding. The best place to get the information is the source, which is the City of Las Vegas water district. So I would definitely just kind of start there and see what we can learn. But I'm not alarmed. I'm not nervous, and I've lived here since I was 9 years old. So
honestly, if we were alarmed though too, Las Vegas would be warning us about stuff too, like
start
showering certain times a day, don't water that, and we're not getting any of that right now.
They would be not allowing pools to be built. They wouldn't be allowing fountains to be built. That's not happening. So gotta really, parcel and piece out the information that you're going to take and decide where you're getting it from. So good question though. Let's see. Justin Fournier says that's gold. It's based by zip. Is it based by zip code at all? Let's say I want to be in Henderson instead of Vegas. I think he's talking about the tax cap. And no, I don't believe so. I think that it's Clark County. So all of those cities are in Clark County. So this savings that you can have as a primary residence owner is definitely important, especially no matter where you live. So good question. Let's see. Samuel Jackson says the powers that be will open the gates on Lake Powell to fill Lake Mead.
I've heard that's one of the options, but they're looking at a lot of different options too.
JT's asking a great question. What are electricity utility bills like during the summer, say for an average 2-bedroom, 2-bath, single family residence?
I mean, most people take, because the power bill is the most expensive, right?
It is. Yes.
You're not going to really be looking at gas and stuff during the summertime. So most people will take the full 12 months of the year and then average that 12 months. So you're just paying $150, $200
I would say 150 to 250 would be your average. Yeah. Now 2-bedroom, that's a smaller home in Vegas. So you might be looking at 150 to 200 max. But the bigger homes that have the vaulted ceilings and the older style architecture, those are going to be the ones where you lose a lot of that cold air up in the ceiling and the roof area. So it is really lucky for us that NB Energy allows us to do that. It allows us to just across the year average out what your bills are going to be, pay the same thing every month so you don't have to worry. Because I'll tell you, as a kid, and even just when I started my family and started paying my own bills, it was the shock of a lifetime to get an $800 summertime energy bill and not know how you were going to pay it. So it's definitely nice to be able to work with NB Energy. They sometimes will work off of the person who owned your home before. So sometimes paying the regular bills for a few months to begin with and then having them average it out is a good idea.
Yeah, and they usually will reevaluate it yearly too.
Yes, they do. Good question. AD Angel 702 says, why are so many people putting their homes up for sale right now thinking they will get a historically high price? Really good question. Actually, we were just talking about that. So what we see happening as realtors, and I know for you as a lender, you're more on the buyer side, but you talk to people who want to sell their home and refinance all the time as well.
Yeah, because they're looking to sell and buy something else.
And we're both homeowners, so that's important to know. What a lot of people have a tendency to do is they're watching the news. They're sitting back and watching what's going to happen, right? So they're watching to see when the crash hits. They're waiting till the height of the market hits. Because for them, it's FOMO is if they sell too early and then their neighbor got 20 grand more than them. It's like the most bitter.
Isn't it crazy how we compete so much? Isn't that crazy?
America is competitive. That's all I'm saying. So the reason that there's so many homes that are hitting the market right now, and please feel free to chime in if you have any thoughts on it, but is really because we did hit a bit of the peak. We're now seeing the market slow down because of the interest rates changing, because of the recession, because of, just inventory is starting to climb, things like that. So with less buyers on the market, those who have been waiting, sitting back and waiting, are now hustling and trying to get their house on the market as soon as possible so that they can try to take advantage of what's left of the high market. What they don't realize, and what we want to communicate to you is that the market's not going down. It's just slowing down.
Yeah, when you say the peak, now keep in mind, peak, the value is here. And the sellers were asking for here.
Yeah, a lot of sellers, they knew their home was worth, call it 400, and they were still asking for 450 to start.
Yeah, right? So now we've brought it back down to 400,000. So we're not it's not like it's moving downwards. It's coming back to a reality. And we were living in a la-la land.
People were paying that because they had no choice.
Well,
right?
You could get free money. Like the interest rates in the 2s and the low 3s, that's pretty close to free money.
Right.
I mean,
so what's another 50K to you or 50K out of your pocket if you're going to make that money? So with that all shifting now, it's not taking away the value of the homes by any means. It's actually, we're maintaining values pretty strongly. What we're seeing though is listings are having to be more realistic, more educated. We're having to be patient, not selling the house in 32 seconds. They're having to entertain multiple types of buyers. There's not as many cash buyers on the market, which is great.
We're going back to normal. That's normal.
We're trying to find a more happy, healthy environment that's going to help you sell your home as well as help you buy a home and everybody be happy on both sides. So great observation though. Great question. Why are so many people listing their home right now? Because they were late to the game. They didn't take advantage of it when they should have. They were waiting too long. They waited too long. And not that they waited too long to where they're not going to make money now. They're definitely going to make money. They just have to wear their patience pants. They have to be a little less greedy when it comes to, getting the house ready before you list it, doing repairs when they're needed, possibly negotiating on that price. There's not going to be 19 offers, things like that. So,
well, if you think about it, people that were a homeowner just for 2 years gained 50% in equity. Like that's
a lot.
That's a lot.
It's fast,
and we're still asking for 20, 30, 40, 50,000 more than that.
Yeah.
You
Just
know,
Reed was leading the charge.
So we're kind of going back to where, okay, what your house is worth is what you can get.
So now what's great is the people who are listing their homes are definitely going to get money for their homes, and they're probably going to still make, you know, a good amount. And luckily for them, they waited long enough to where the actual value of their home is now at probably the highest it's going to be for a little while it, you know, dips up slowly or lifts up slowly. But they're not seeing these sharp ups and downs and these crazy offers of 90,000 over ask and things like that. So
we did have some paying 90,000 over ask,
but it's we're getting to a happier, healthier place, which makes us so happy and so happy for you. Which is, once again, I'm going to plug July 16th at 11 a.m. We have our relocation education event. Please, if you want to come, it's at the top of our comments box. It's pinned. RSVP today. We're going to send out confirmation emails over the weekend, and we're going to get a party started because we know that now is the time. If you've been thinking about relocating, now would be the time to do it. So, all right, let me scooch down here and see what else we're missing. Good questions, man. These
love
are awesome.
All your questions.
Justin says, are Zillow's estimates pricing on my home worth its salt? No.
Great question, Justin.
No. Listen, it's good for you as a buyer or sorry, as somebody who's selling their home or owns a home to just keep an eye on that, right? That's a very aggregate number. It's a throw a stick in the sand, draw a circle around it, and that's what your home is worth. It's not looking at the upgraded value. It's not looking at what your neighbor did to their backyard. It's not looking at what you did to your backyard. It's not looking at if you have a view, if you don't, if you have a pool, if you don't. It doesn't really compare a lot of those things. So it's a very broad spectrum. And I urge you as a owner to not hang your hat on it.
Weight in that.
A lot of times it's way undervalued. Sometimes it's ridiculously overvalued. So just
there's no rhyme or reason, really. Like when you get the appraisals and you look at it, you're like, what?
Stupid. So if you really want to know what your house is worth, call us. We'll let you know. We'll pull up an actual comp report. We'll give you an update. We'll give you an idea of what you could sell it for if that's something you're thinking about doing. But really good question, Justin. Thank you. Nicoa Scott says, hey, ladies, any new affordable communities popping up lately? I can't wait to move back. We can't wait for you to move back either, girl. What? I think it's a girl. Nicoa? Yeah. I know that there are some new builders that have come into town, not new, but smaller builders that have come into town that are really doing a great job with some more affordable entry-level communities. Didn't Jacob's Life in Vegas just do a video about that? Is he about to post one soon?
It hasn't come out
I think he's going to be posting one on his channel. And you know, if you click on his link, it better come to me. You guys better work with me to buy these homes. But Jacob's doing a lot as well to kind of communicate this. I know Amber's doing a lot to communicate, and so am I. Yes is the answer. There's definitely a lot of more affordable homes. And I'll be honest with you guys, the last 8-9 months, I've not really been putting a lot of new home tours on my channel. We don't talk about new homes a lot anymore. Why? Because they haven't really been available. There hasn't been a lot for us to work with.
Are they becoming more available now?
They're becoming a lot more available. There's people canceling. There's people who aren't able to qualify anymore. And so there's a lot more homes that you can move into immediately, like quick move-ins. And there's also a lot more reasonable timelines for building. So the builders want you back. And we are the ones who would like to deliver you because we know what everyone's offering. So we can help to make sure that you're going with the one that's going to give you the best experience. So it's a good thing. New homes are back. Be ready. Yes, be ready for new home tours, my friends. They're coming back.
You have options now. That wasn't something we've seen for a couple of years. So it's kind of nice.
Yes, awesome. Lorraine says, thank you for the answer on the water question. New subscriber today, found you through a friend. Thank you for subscribing. That's awesome.
Thank you, Lorraine.
What is best and worst thing about living in Vegas? From Montana. Best and worst thing. I'm going to give it to you. She's a native, so we're going to start with native.
From Montana. So, I mean, actually, one of my employees that I have moved from Montana here.
Okay.
And she would never move back. Number one, she loves the entertainment. So she likes to kind of be in her own place. And when you live in Vegas, you're living more on the outskirts of the strip. It's not just the strip, right? So you have your own life. But when you want to go do something, you have so many things open to you.
Yeah.
And the outdoor, like even if you're not into the strip life and that
or even the off strip clubby / restaurant.
Yeah, but there's something to do on every side of town.
On every day of the week, every hour of the week.
24 hours a day. You need medicine at 2 o'clock in the morning.
We got you.
Pharmacies are open. That's what I like the best is you can go shopping at any time. But also like if you're into hiking, if you're into laking, if you're into biking, like whatever you're into, Vegas has so much to offer on the outskirts of it, like more than most places that you'd ever go to. Yeah. So, I mean, some places are either outdoor or you're indoor. Right. Vegas has got both, wouldn't you say?
I 100% would say that. What would you say is the worst thing about living in Vegas?
probably the summer heat. I mean, I actually love the summer heat.
I love it too, actually.
But everybody else hates it.
I would
It's the
agree.
summer
Yeah,
heat,
people. The biggest complaint is the
3
summer
months.
heat, not understanding how do we live here, how do we deal with it. I freaking love it. I couldn't live without it.
So you get used to it.
You just get used to it and you manage around it. I would also
Well, and
agree with
everywhere
you.
has AC too. Like
Everywhere has AC.
there's not like other places like Montana. You probably go a lot of places where they don't have AC.
That does not
Everywhere
happen
has
here.
AC
Yeah.
here. And then I always tell people that are coming from the cold, like in the cold, you're dealing with 3 months of shoveling snow that you can't stand. Here, you don't ever have to shovel snow.
True.
In fact, if it snows, we're all messed up. We don't know what to do.
It's about once every 10 years anyway. So.
Yeah. So you don't ever have to shovel snow, but you have to, be by a body of water if you're going to be outside in the 3 months of the year. So
good one. I'd say, entertainment for sure. There's always something to do on and off the strip. But I think my favorite thing about our city is our food scene.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
you are really good covering that food scene.
We have got a foodie scene like no other. It's like a foodie renaissance is happening a little bit in Las Vegas over the last 5, 6, 7, 10 years. And it's been really beautiful to see these 5-star chefs come to the strip to work in the casinos and these bougie restaurants, and then start a family here, move to the city and have it be a little bit more of a normal lifestyle for people in that industry. And then realize like, oh my God, not only is it easy to live here, it's cheap to live here. I'm having a great time. I love all the things I can do when I'm not working, but I now could maybe set up my own restaurant off the strip and do my own thing.
The sky's the limit. Vegas is very accepting too. Like the people are. You open a new business and people are going to go to it.
It's
right?
amazing. Yeah, our foodie scene is hands down my favorite thing about living here. Entertainment, I mean that's a no-brainer. And I'd say the worst part for me is that we're not an immediate community that you walk right into and it's like, hi, I'm your neighbor. Here's some candy and a pie, and here's sugar if you need it. We do have a strange setup here because all of us work such different hours and timelines, right? So like your neighbor might work graveyard 12 midnight to 8 a.m. So you may never see them during the day because they're sleeping during the day. Well, you're getting ready to go to bed or you're getting ready for dinner, they're getting ready to go to work, right? So that happens a lot and it causes a little bit of disconnect when it comes to the immediate community that would naturally experience if you lived anywhere else. So you do have to work a little bit harder to build your community in Vegas. Now, when you do build that community, you go to meetups, you go to events, you go
and people are so willing when you go to those. Everybody's so willing to
find a
make
church,
friends.
you go to the school, you go to the park, wherever you want to go. Once you find your community will welcome you with open arms. But those are my 2 things. Great question, Lorraine, and thank you again for subscribing. Super excited to have you here. All right. Mr. Rogers Holmes says, like life and the ocean, real estate is about ebbs and flows. Understanding how to navigate through different types of markets makes us better. Sailors, smooth waters never will. Really? Mr. Rogers Holmes. Thank you, Mr. Rogers Holmes. Appreciate that.
You're awesome.
Samuel says, price reductions have increased because greedy sellers don't understand how fair market value works. That definitely is what we're saying. A lot of sellers are definitely, a little big for their britches when they've been listing, but thank goodness we've been seeing a lot of adjustment to that.
We like a little humility.
Again, reminder, if you're seeing reductions of reduced price on realtor.com or Zillow, that's not because the house isn't worth it. It's because the seller was not educated well by their realtor, probably the case, or was greedy. And so that's all good for us. We're happy for our buyers. Sammy says, hi, beautiful ladies. I'm working and can't stay on. Just wanted to show some love. Have the best holiday weekend. We love you, Sammy. Thank you for always joining us. Aussie S. Pat says, love you 2 gals. These updates are awesome. Samuel says, people watching is the best in Las Vegas. Agreed.
That's
a great statement.
I didn't even think about that off the top of my head, but
Chris M wants to know, how and why did we go into real estate?
Oh, that's a good
Why
question.
did you go into lending?
Oh gosh, now I got to go way back into my day, right?
But reach back to the archives, my friend.
I've been doing loans for 20 years. Before that, I was actually running a billing office for a group of 32 doctors, and I love numbers.
Yeah.
So instead of making them money, I figured then let's pass it on and like do the numbers for my own stuff, kind of in my own business kind of thing. But I don't know that like fully hit me until like later on in the business. And like, when you go through times when you're wondering if you should stay or leave, you're like, no, I really love what I do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I've done a lot of, a lot of people ask me, why did I get into real estate? Or a lot of people who I meet are just getting into real estate and they're asking for my advice, which I love giving. I love teaching other realtors how to do marketing for themselves because that's my background is marketing. I love sharing my knowledge with others because I want us all to win. But I will tell you, when I've been teaching my classes and I would say, why'd you get into real estate? I would ask every other realtor I've ever met the exact same answer would come out of the mouths of about 99% of them. And it was, I just want to help people. I just want to help people. it annoyed me that people were just immediately going to like the default, I just want to help people, because not everybody actually meant it. But I will say from my heart, I definitely did just want to be able to see people learn to live their best Las Vegas life. Like I've loved this city with my entire body and soul. I literally bleed neon since I was 9 years old. The city changed my life when we moved here as a family. And so I finally felt at home and accepted. And since 9 years old, I've been educating people on how to love Vegas, places to go in Vegas, things you should do, where you can do it. Like I've been Las Vegas gal since I was 9 years old. By the time I was 30 something, 32, I had given away real estate lead clients, that people who would move to town, my friends would tell me about, hey, my friend's moving here. Will you tell her where to go, what to do? You're the best at getting people to love Las Vegas. I want them to know how to do the city the right way. So I would do all that work, drive people around, show them the city, take them to dinner. Like I just loved it. It was my favorite thing in the world too. And then I would hand them off to a realtor who had to do none of that. And I found out later, I calculated at one point after doing it for about 7 or 10 years, I had given away over $1 million in commission for something that I could have been doing myself.
Dang, girl. You know
so
what though?
I'm not doing that anymore. I don't want to hand people off anymore. It was always so hard too. You hand them off and you're like, yeah. So it was nice getting to know you. I guess we'll stay friends, and let me know what house you buy. Like I never got to be a part of the full experience.
The fun part.
So now I do want to help people, but I genuinely want to make sure that people who move to my city know how to do this right and love living here. Because if you don't love living here, get out, go home, find somewhere else.
Because I've been around since Laci got into the business. Okay,
but this is my 5th year.
But when you first got into the business too, it seemed like you saw so many people doing it the wrong way.
And I started not doing it that way. Yeah.
But not only that, you went out to change it. Yeah. To where it had to be. I mean, honestly, what you've done is changed the industry a little bit with what you've done and stuff like that. Because you didn't want to see.
But thank you.
Well, I mean, you didn't want to see people. There's a lot of like you go to a lot of agents that don't do things right.
Well, just take advantage of people. They're not honest. They're not authentic. Yeah, they don't care. They don't really care.
But you set out to change that. I don't know if you remember saying that.
I do. She's gonna make me blush now. Yes. So that's the main reason why I got into real estate. It was just genuinely like I finally realized I could marry my passion with something that would actually make money. And then beyond the money, though, and we've said it from day one, I don't care if you buy a house with me. I just want to make sure you love living in Vegas. I would like you to buy a house with me so that I get the joy of being able to be a part of the beginning, middle, and end of your transition into our city. Same thing with Amber. I only work with people who have the same depth of passion, not only for our city, but for people and for honesty and for authenticity. We don't give a shit if you buy a house, but we really want you to do it because we really think it's the best for you and your future. And we don't care who you buy it with, except that we really are selfish and want to be a part of that process with you. It's really a bow on the cake of like, or the present of like the process of getting to meet so many of you. We love you guys. We really genuinely love our jobs, love you, love what we're doing, love our freaking city. And real estate was the easiest way for me to marry that with my love for the city. I have no other words other than it's been amazing.
Yeah. Other than thank you for asking.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry right now. I didn't tell you. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate you. Nico says, if a person is purchasing out of state, will I still be able to apply for the grants, or do I have to be a resident in order to take advantage of free money? And yes, I spoke with Amber. I have a plan.
You do have a plan, don't you?
I love this.
So if you're buying out of state, each different state has different grants. So you'd have to check the grants in that state.
I think they're saying if they live somewhere else and they're buying here, do they get to apply for our free money?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I understood your question wrong. I apologize. Yeah, if you live somewhere else and you're buying here because you're going to prove that you're already working here, right? Or you have a job lined up, so you're going to be living here. So you have to prove that you're going to be living here, and then you can go for the grants. Absolutely.
Good question.
Yeah,
good question.
Thank you.
There is a lot of free money available. So if you've been thinking about moving to Vegas, you might and probably do. Can't guarantee, but I'm telling you, you might actually qualify for some free money. And why would you not ask that question when you talk to Miss Amber here? Hey, and what kind of free money programs could I be looking into?
Let's get you on the game plan.
Let's go. So again, we are doing an event the 16th of July at 11 a.m. It's a Saturday. It's an easy weekend to come to Vegas. It's not 4th of July. It's not another holiday. So come into Vegas, come and hang out with us. We're going to have so much fun that day. We're going to help you learn more about these questions that you're asking and so much more. But on top of that, also with relocation programs that we have, special loans, and what areas of town are booming, education about the lifestyle living here. It's going to be a really robust experience. I really want you guys to be there. So please click in RSVP. It's in the pinned note at the top of the questions. Okay. Deuce Miss Rearder, I don't know how to read the name. Deuce says, do the homes in the HOA get their yards mowed, and the cost, is it included in your rent payment? So it depends, actually. Good question.
That is a really good
most
question.
HOAs are not going to mow your lawn. Most HOAs are going to require that you take care of your own lawn as the homeowner. You're asking about rent. So if you're renting a home, typically if there's an HOA and if the person who owns it is smart, they will have a landscaper go and do that, and it should be included in the rent payment because they don't want to see the yard die and then they have to pay fines for it. So typically, if you're renting, that would typically be included in the.
But the HOA doesn't usually cover.
HOA is not. They don't care. They want to be able to fine you when you don't take good care of it. So trust me, they're not covering that for most of the time. Ricky 5 says, "Hola, cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú?" Nice. Jonathan Padilla says, "Talk about Laughlin too. How it's only an hour away and it's a mini Vegas, cheap and fun, and the river with little beaches." Yes, Jonathan. That thrift shopping too. Yeah.
It's been forever since I've been out to Laughlin. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, we do have a lot of people looking at Laughlin as an opportunity, not only for a little bit of a price break on the homes, but also you get more land, you get a little bit more for your money. It is 45 minutes out of the city, 50 minutes, an hour out of the city.
So commute a little bit.
There is a commute there, but if you work from home and you just want to come in on the weekends to party, it actually could be a perfect scenario for you to like have your work life and your life life.
Option right there.
Good point. Thank you, Jonathan, for bringing that up. We are going to do more information on Pahrump. We've not done a ton, honestly, as the market has shifted over the last couple of years. We've really kind of paused on promoting any area and any type of home or any type of builder because you guys, before we'd be done editing the video, the homes would be gone, right? So we're just really trying to be careful with and only authentic what's available, right? I love it. Aren't there rural programs out there too? Rural loan programs?
You know, when he said that, that's what I was just thinking. I wonder if USDA, I bet USDA is available out in Laughlin. So
yeah, so lots of really cool programming, and sometimes there's free grant money just because you're looking outside of the city limits. So it's really kind of a good option to consider. Let us know if you're interested. We do have our contact information in the comment box description below. And again, you can always comment here and we'll check the comments later and get back to you soon. Lorraine, who is our newest subscriber. Love you, Lorraine. Thank you for being here today.
Yeah.
She said she loves my style of clothing. Great outfits. Thanks, girl. Appreciate it.
Every time you come in, I'm like, ooh, what are you wearing today?
I try to keep it fresh, while I grow out my hair. But so she's saying, which celebrities have you seen or met in Vegas, and who would you like to meet?
Oh,
who have you met? You've lived here longer than me. Who have you met?
I can't. I'm trying to. You go first.
Okay. So my parents were performers on the Strip. So
you would have met a lot of
I've met a lot of celebrities, and I also worked in entertainment for a very long time. I worked for Cirque du Soleil. I worked for the Jabberwockies. I worked for Station Casinos. I worked for IGT. So I've met a lot of celebrities in my life that they don't really faze me. But I'm a nerd. My favorite celebrities to me are I'm a dancer. I was a former dancer. So like ballet, tap, jazz, and theater kid. So I get geeked out when I meet choreographers, like dance choreographers, like Nappy Tabs. They were like the hip hop husband and wife crew that did So You Think You Can Dance. I met them during one of our Cirque du Soleil show openings. About passed out. Well, by the way, they're standing next to Matthew McConaughey, and I was like, oh, he's cute. Anyway, oh my God, it's Matthew Tabs. I was literally did not give two shits about Matthew McConaughey or Cindy Crawford, who was standing next to him, or Aaron Paul. I just was about the choreographer. So I'm a geek when it comes to that. Red Fox I've met. Oh God, Danny Gans when he was alive back in the day. I never got to meet Siegfried Roy. I always wished I did. I've met a lot of local celebrities. I've met a lot of celebrities. I used to work for the Jabberwockies, used to work for Cirque du Soleil. So Robert Downey Jr., all of them. Who do I want to meet?
Yeah, who do you want to meet in Las Vegas?
Oh man, I'm not a big celebrity. I don't care about it. Like it doesn't. They're people. They're normal people. But I don't know. I probably want to get down and dance with like some of those people I was just mentioning. So like, I don't know, any of the Dancing with the Stars people could be fun, or I don't know. Let me think about who I want to meet. Who have you met in Vegas?
I can't say that I have big experiences like you do.
Come on. There's not been one.
I mean, the performers that are here, some of them I've helped with loans. I can't mention their names and stuff.
But, privacy laws stepping in. Ew.
Yeah, but like I can't say that I have big experiences like you do because I haven't worked in that area. So
I would probably want to meet, I don't know, someone who people always tell me I look like. Kristen Bell. People always tell me I look like Kristen Bell.
You do look like Kristen Bell.
I know, man, I get it all the time.
Or cutie.
Christina Applegate when I had longer hair. So why don't I meet one of them and we'll party it up. We'll take like a side by side and finally put the BS rumors to rest. I don't know. Good question though.
That's a great question.
We are fortunate. We have a lot of fun. People come here for their most fun and their most outrageous experiences. So including celebrities, we are definitely gifted and blessed. I was in San Diego over the weekend for a concert and a festival down in Long Beach, and just was listening to the people at this concert talk about how they were so excited about Steve Aoki this or Tiesto that, or all these major DJs that we are so lucky to be able to just literally go see on a Saturday or a Sunday at any beach club, pool club. And they are like saving their time and money to like for that one time they're coming into their city. And I was like, God, we're really lucky here. We are
really
spoiled
lucky
rotten
with
when it
everything
comes to
we
that.
have here, yeah.
Even more so, I think, spoiled than even like LA. Like we're really spoiled because they're here to perform. So
well, there's an excitement for Vegas too, so they're excited to be here too.
Battleborn Steve's here. Hey Steve, how you doing? Sam's here as well. Sam's coming in town to shop for homes with Battleborn Steve in the middle of July, right around the time of our amazing event. So we're really excited about that. Michael's asking, am I in need of new agents on my team? Listen, we are always happy to meet new agents. We are tapped for agents right now. We're not hiring any currently hiring any agents, but we're always happy to meet new agents. So feel free to click the link or text us on our phone. It's in the description. We'd love to say hi and meet you and give you advice if you need it. Really excited if you're getting into real estate. Congratulations. That's awesome. I love that.
Good job.
Chris M says, I wasn't listening to the answer to my question. Can you repeat it, please? No, Chris, I'm not going to repeat it because I went on for like 12 minutes talking about how I got into real estate. What a punk.
Oh, he was so fun. Oh, geez.
Let's see. Deuce says, I would love all the info available on the great money available to buy a home in Vegas. Deuce, best way to do that is Amber's not going to be able to just compile all the info because you may or may not qualify for some of those programs. So we would love
the guidelines are super tight,
super different for each one.
It's a matter of looking at you and I mean, honestly, they even calculate your income differently. So we want to make sure we're calculating everything right with your pay stubs. So
it's not like a blanket flyer we can send out, but if you want information, we don't hard sell. We don't care if you, like, we genuinely just want to give you info. We do care if we spend time with you that we are able to be a part of your journey. So please keep that in mind when you reach out to us. But our information is in the description below. You can text us, you can email us, you can click a link, fill out a form, we'll call you. You know, boo, we ready to talk. Let's go. All right, let's take a couple more questions and then we're going to wrap it up for today. Eduardo says, oh, wait, Tom Cruise. Oh, wait, okay. Paul Carl Lucas says, Tom Cruise, still hot or almost a grandpa?
I love your questions.
These are great, first of all. I love that we're getting more than just real estate questions. Thank you, Paul Carl. I'm not a fan of.
I thought he was still hot. When
I'm not saying he's not hot. I can't even watch Top Gun because I'm not a fan of his at all.
Oh, you don't like it at all?
No, at all. I won't watch his movies anymore.
Oh, really?
I would watch Old Cocktail movie though. I do the Cocktail.
But since he passed Cocktail, you won't.
I'm just not excited about Tom Cruise. Give me another one because I'm not a fan. He is a very good looking man. I'll give him that. But does not float my boat.
After I watched Top Gun, I had to go look him up.
She went back and she took some more photos just to make sure he still looks like that.
I had to see everything that was going on. So yeah, I think he's still hot.
Eduardo says, your team helped me understand Vegas before I even moved here 2 years ago. We bought in August and have loved it. Shout out to Rachel. Woo, woo. Thank you, Eduardo. We appreciate you so much. We're really excited to hear that you had a good experience with Rachel. Stay tuned. We've got a client event coming up hopefully in July that I'm finalizing details on. So I'll let you know about that. That's exciting. Say hi in person. OMG Gerald says, oh my God, hello ladies. You look like spring and summer. You look like spring and summer. Love you both. Can you put cash on a home first to hold it while you work on your LLC? LLC might take a couple of months, I assume. Not really. No.
Like a cash buyer?
You could, if you're looking to buy a home, like a new home, you could definitely put cash money down on a new home. You do run the risk of losing that deposit though, if you aren't able to follow through with the loan. Sometimes it's $1,000. So if it's worth $1,000 to you, then totally cool. But if you're working on that LLC to get your credit ready or to get your loan status up to date, I would make sure you can qualify for the home before you put any money down. Right.
And if you're doing an investment, because I'm assuming if you're asking about an LLC, you're going to buy it as investment. So there is a program for investment. Like if you go to buy the house, if you're paying cash for it and something falls through, if you're going to put a larger down payment, like 25%, there's not much qualifying that you have to do on that, and you can close it in the LLC. So if something happens with the cash, and that's why you're asking that, you can do a financing and then pay it off later.
Good point. Good point. All right, Aussie Expect. Jacob did do a short on Lake Mead drying up. Yeah, but I don't know if he's doing his fuller video might give you, that might be clickbait. I love Jacob, but his longer video might give you different information. So if you guys are still looking for information about the Lake Mead drying up, make sure you tune in to Mr. Jacob, of course. Liz says the only celebrity that might make me fumble would be Keanu Reeves. All the others are just people. All right, okay.
Oh, Keanu
does make my heart go
he's got such a good heart. Like
he's so amazing.
He would probably do it to me too. We'd be together.
Gerald says I look better than Kristen Bell. What?
Ooh,
excuse me.
Especially in that outfit. Look at those earrings.
You know,
look at you.
I'm trying to hold it down over here. Jonathan says hi there from Flushing, New York. Hey, Jonathan, good to see you. I'm an 80s hairband freak, and there are tons of 80s hairband musicians that live there. And there are tons of 80s. Yes, there are actually. Vince Neil was living here for a while.
You walk down the casinos a lot. And
Oh
you see
my
people
God,
dressed up
yeah.
like Michael Jackson all the time.
Well, yeah, but also just 80s hairband in general, like the stars of those bands, a lot of them do live here. Bret Michaels, I think, lived here at one point.
Does Aerosmith live here too?
No, but I do know that DJ Ashba, been to his house. DJ Ashba lives in Southern Highlands, and he was filling in for Slash for Guns N' Roses, so he's a hairband guy. Like,
okay.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like where his house was. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of people that live here in Vegas, and yes, you are right. If you like 80s hairbands, this is the place to be. All right, we're going to take 2 more questions. Let's see. Chris, have you ever met Jacob's Life in Vegas? Can you get him to sign a Snuggie for me? Chris.
Yes, have you met Jacob's Life in Vegas before?
Chris, I don't know if you know this, but Jacob's Life in Vegas and I have been friends for almost 10 years. I was around when he first started his channel, gave him some marketing advice on his channel. Like, we've definitely been involved with each other's lives for a long, long time. I'll certainly ask him if he'll sign a Snuggie for you. You have to ship it to me first, though, and I'm going to make him wear it while he signs it. So we'll have to figure that out. Click on
that
the
might
information.
be a fun video.
It'd
You
be a
should
great
totally
video,
do that.
actually. Gerald says, question for both of you. What is your favorite drink, movie, and song? Long-winded, but damn, you're on here for a reason. That's awesome.
What is our favorite drink, movie, and song?
All right, I'll start. My favorite drink, I like Bloody Mary, spicy, or I like a good spicy margarita. And red wine. Like, those are the 3 things I drink. If I'm not drinking that, if I'm drinking anything but that, somebody needs to stop me immediately, because I don't usually get out of my. So those are really great drinks. Favorite movie is going to be tough. I'm a huge Molly Ringwald, John Hughes fan. So any and all of the, I mean, I have redheaded best friends for a reason, because I've loved red hair since I was a kid. Molly Ringwald did it for me. So I love Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, you know, all those. But I'm also like, I love documentaries. I love lots and lots of, I like info. Yeah. And then favorite song, Try a Little Tenderness by Otis Redding. Period, hands down. And that took me a long time to nail that one down. That is by far my favorite song on the planet Earth. So there you go. What about you?
Okay, so drink, I'm a little bit boring. I only drink water.
She does drink water, but that's why she's so beautiful.
So I'm a little bit boring there. But as far as movies, I just watched it the other night too, like Dirty Dancing.
Yep. Anything musical.
Yeah, but Proposal is one of my favorites.
That is a funny movie.
Or 10 Minutes to Lose a Guy.
I love that with Betty White out in the
like, that's my favorite part.
What's the song she's rapping?
No, I don't know, but it's something about balls.
To the window, to the wall. Oh, I don't want to sing it right now, but yeah,
that is a funny movie. And then the song, gosh, I can't think of what my favorite song is. That's bad, huh?
No, it took me a long time.
I don't know. I mean, if I'm choosing like the songs, I'll usually put on like Guns N' Roses.
I love Guns N' Roses.
Or Journey. I do like listening to Journey a lot.
My girl, right there.
Yeah, I guess that's back in the 80s, right?
All right, girl. I love it. Chris M says he was joking. I know, Chris. I was just giving you a hard time. I know. Good question. Cross Country Gal says, are sellers accepting home sales contingent on the settlement of the or basically are they accepting homes with a sale contingency? Yeah, there are some sellers who are accepting. Basically, what that means for anybody who doesn't know is if you are trying to sell a home in another state, there are some sellers who are allowing you to sell your home, to accept your offer, take their home off the market, as long as you're far enough along in the sale of your home in another state. So it depends. If you just listed your house today, there's not going to be any sellers out here that are going to be like, yeah, cool, we'll wait until your house sells till we close and no problem. No. But if you're like already past your inspection,
for that, right?
You need a good negotiator for that on our team.
Yes.
But yes, there are people who are accepting those offers. We just have to be able to negotiate. We have to actually find out what timeline you're working with on the sale of your home. But we also have awesome bridge loan programs that are really helpful that Amber can really talk to you about, that help you not have to stress about selling your home before you buy your home.
Then you have no stress.
Then you have zero stress, and you have 6 months to sell the house after you move here, and it's super easy. So highly recommend either side of that conversation. You should definitely lean in and let us know. Good question. Okay, let's all right, one more question, 2 questions, because there's some really, oh God, there's 3. Okay, we're gonna do the last 3 and then we're done. Okay. All right, somebody says, where can I play bingo in Las Vegas? Trevor, do you ever go play bingo?
I don't, but I should. I'm a really big bingo fan.
Oh my God.
Where do you go play at?
Station Casinos, man. Station Casinos has some of the best bingo rooms. Hell yeah, the local casinos. If you move to Las Vegas.
Red Rock? Does Red Rock
Red Rock is a Station Casino, yes. And they do have a bingo room, yes. So Station Casinos has a lot of really great local casinos geared toward locals, better pay tables, better games, better all of it. And they do have bingo, which I love. South Point Casino has bingo, I believe.
Is that part of the
Sun
station
Coast,
too?
no, it's not.
So
Sun
more
Coast
the
does.
local. What about Green? Oh no, Green Valley
Valley's part of
Station.
stations. Yeah, so station casinos, I would say give a high five to those guys. That's the best place to play bingo. Or if you want to have a fun getaway, you can go to Mesquite for overnight and do bingo out in Mesquite, which is super fun. It's like an hour
Casablanca.
drive. Casablanca Resort, yes. Okay, Empower says hi, hello. All right, is now a good time to take out equity of your home or wait and rates go down? This is a good question from Carrie.
Well, you can do what's called a home equity line of credit or a second to take out the equity. So you can do whatever you want with it. And then when rates go down, then you refinance both of them together.
Good.
That's kind of what's happening a lot right now. Yeah.
If you're thinking about taking some cash out of that higher house, that's the way to go.
You can still do it. Just do it on a home equity line. So you keep your good rate on your first.
Boom.
And you're taking out a home equity. And then when rates go down, then you can combine the two together.
All right. Empower 600 says, how expensive is Lake Las Vegas Del Webb single-story homes? It really depends. There's a lot of different models out there.
Beautiful.
Lake Las Vegas is gorgeous. It's just so you guys know, from the Strip, it's about a 30-minute drive. It's one of the last stops before you go to Lake Mead and go to like Hoover Dam and things like that. It's a beautiful, luxurious. At one point, was a second home community for a lot of people, retirees and things like that.
You don't know how much I kick myself that I didn't buy.
I know. It's transformed. It's gorgeous. I think those are in the mid 600s, but I would prefer that you let us know which ones you're talking about. So if you wouldn't mind, if you want more information,
they go over $1 million.
They do go over. So I'm not sure which ones you're talking about. There's quite a few to choose from. But if you want to click the information in our description, we'd love to talk to you. We're not going to pressure you. If you guys are thinking about buying a home with a new home builder, new homes are finally coming back on the market. We're going to have inventory to sell very soon. We already have it. Please, for the love of Christ, work with a realtor. Click the link in the description. Do not go look at homes and model homes and think you're just going to browse without a realtor. Take us with you. Let us be a part of that experience. I promise you, you will be grateful for that. They will not allow you to be represented. You will not be protected if you do not have a realtor with you. So make sure you know, right? All right. Next question, last one. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Liz says, you guys are terrific. I'm so happy we bought our property with you. Give Genevieve a big hug. Genevieve's one of our best agents. We love Genevieve. She's the best.
Amazing.
This is the best. Okay, last one was, I saw it. Where did it go? Okay, since you mentioned dancers, I love to dance too. Who are your favorite dancers of all times? Are you into dancers?
I do, but it's more like the popular people, like like Derek and Juliana,
Derek, Juliana.
They're actually from Vegas.
They are from Vegas.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that, but they are from here.
Their family lives here.
Yes. So all right. So you're like Derek and Julianne Huff?
Yeah, I do like them. In fact, I do want to go see a show that he has in.
Okay. I'm a big Gene Kelly fan. Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, Gene Kelly, the classics, of course. But I like, there's a girl named, I just saw Travis Wall. There's a guy named Travis Wall who I really love. He's like a lyrical dancer. He was on So You Think You Could Dance. There's a girl named Melanie Moore who's also on So You Think You Can Dance, who is still by far one of my absolute favorites. And I would say Nappy Tabs, they do a lot of choreography for J-Lo, do a lot of choreography for like the Jabberwockies and things like that. They're really amazing choreographers. Who I love a lot. So I could talk about dance and choreography for 9 years. None of you guys tuned in for that, but we really appreciate you asking.
But we love it when you dance. Do some more dance videos.
I'm actually filming one tomorrow. Stay tuned. You're not gonna want to miss this one. It's a little bit along the lines of Julianne Huff and your boy. So
nice.
Really appreciate you guys tuning in. We love when you tune in to us. We are doing these once a week on either a Tuesday or Wednesday. Our schedules dictate it because you guys call us and fill our schedules, right? So please just stay tuned.
For that.
Please, thank you. Thank you for those that have chosen to work with us to buy your home so far. If you're thinking about moving to Vegas, we want to know about it, whether it's now, 10 years from now. We just want to start that conversation and that relationship sooner rather than later. Amber and I have chosen to partner because we have the same heart and the same love and passion for you, but also for the city. We refuse to be fake. We only bring you authenticity. We don't tell lies. We just bring you the truth. And we're willing to answer the hard questions live as often as possible. So thank you for loving our city.
Yes, and come see us.
Please come see us next month, July 16th, 11 a.m. Plan a trip to Las Vegas, even if it's a quick weekend. We will make it worth your while, we promise. And otherwise, enjoy your summer, and we'll talk to you next week, my friends. Bye. We had our